Have you ever heard people pray like this? Oh God, master of the universe, or the opposite with a, hey, daddy God, or a, hey, G, more flippant approach. I want to talk about talking to God. You see, the great thing about being a Christian is that we have the privilege to have a relationship with our Creator. And that relationship comes because of what Jesus Christ did for us on the cross. And this was a question that the disciples had for Jesus as well when they were walking the earth, because they saw the miracles that Jesus was doing. They heard his teaching, and they came to them. They said, Jesus, teach us to pray. Teach us to have a conversation with God. And Jesus says this and gives them a prayer to pray, but it's the opening line that I think is really relevant for you and me today. And it's simply this. It's our Father in heaven. That would have been a radical thought for the disciples to think that they could actually call God Father. And that may be even a radical thought for you and me. Maybe we don't think we can call God Father. Maybe we have a distorted view of what a father is. I was raised without a father. Sometimes my view of fatherhood is skewed. But here's the beauty about us having a relationship with God, is that we can talk to God just like we do in talking to each other. When we come to God and we have a conversation with God, we want to come in a way that is reverential, or a sense of awe of who He is. But then also we want to come with a sense of a relationship that He is our Father. He is my Father. He is your Father. And it's in that context of how we can talk to God. And because if you think about it, God knows our thoughts even before we speak them. He knows every intent of our heart. So why not just be truthful with God? Why not just lay your heart out to Him about how you're feeling, about what you're thinking, about the emotions of what you're going through in a particular situation, and maybe even questioning Him as to why you're going through what you're doing. You see, that's what happened in the book of Job as well. Job questioned God. His friends even came to Job and said, hey, Job, you must have done something wrong, or you wouldn't be experiencing all these bad things. But Job went to God in a humble way, and God did answer Job finally, but it was more in the context of, Job, where were you when I created the earth? Where were you when I created the heavens? And Job said this, I spoke of things I did not understand. And there may be things like that what we experience in our own life. But the great thing about it is this, God never rebuked Job for going to him asking questions. He wanted that relationship. He wants that relationship with you as well. We can go to God and bring Him whatever needs, whatever thoughts, whatever emotions, whatever we are experiencing. Why? Because He is a kind, loving, forgiving Father. And He wants that relationship. He wants us to talk to Him. He wants us to be real with Him. So when I go to God and I come before Him, I come with a reverence of who He is, but then I'm just real with Him. I tell Him my hurts. I tell Him my pains. I tell Him my anger. I tell Him all of these things. And I find this. I find hope in that. I find peace in that. And as crazy as it may seem, I find joy in that as well. Because I know that I can be real with my loving Heavenly Father, and He's not going to get mad at me. Why? Because we have that type of a relationship. And that's what prayer and talking to God is all about. Relationship.